Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. This is the continuation of the story of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. When Al-Muttalib died, Nawfal usurped Abdul-Muttalib of his charges, so the latter asked for help from Quraysh, but they abstained from extending any sort of support to either of them. Consequently, he wrote to his uncles of Bani and Najjar, his mother's brothers, to come to his aid. His uncle, Abu Sa'd bin Adi, his mother's brother, marched to Makkah at the head of 80 horsemen and camped in Abda in Makkah. Abdul-Muttalib received the men and invited them to go to his house, but Abu Sa'd said, "Not before I meet Nawfal." He found Nawfal sitting with some old men of Quraysh in the shade of Al-Kaaba. Abu Sa'd drew his sword and said, "I swear by Allah that if you don't restore to my nephew what you have taken, I will kill you with this sword." Nawfal was thus forced to give up what he had usurped, and the notables of Quraysh were made to witness to his words. Abu Sa'd then went to Abdul-Muttalib's house, where he stayed for 3 nights, made Umrah and left back for Medina. Later on, Nawfal entered into alliance with Bani Abd Shams bin Abd Munaf against Bani Hashim. When Quzay, a tribe, saw Bani and Najjar's support to Abdul-Muttalib, they said, "He is our son as he is yours. We have more reasons to support him than you." Abdi Munaf's mother was one of them. They went into a Nadwa house and entered into alliance with Bani Hashim against Bani Abd Shams and Nawfal. It was an alliance that was later to constitute the main reason for the conquest of Makkah. Abdul-Muttalib witnessed 2 important events in his lifetime, namely digging Zamzam well and the elephant raid. In brief, Abdul-Muttalib received an order in his dream to dig Zamzam well in a particular place. He did that and found the things that Jurham men had buried therein when they were forced to evacuate Makkah. He found the swords, armors, and the 2 deer of gold. The gate of Al-Kaaba was stamped from the gold swords and the 2 deer, and then the tradition of providing Zamzam water to pilgrims was established. On Salt Bani Sanas diviner. On their way, Allah showed them his signs that confirmed Abdul-Muttalib's prerogative as regards the sacred spring. Only then did Abdul-Muttalib make a solemn vow to sacrifice one of his adult children to Al-Kaaba if he had 10. The second event was that of Abraha as-Sabah al-Habashi, the Abyssinian Ethiopian viceroy in Yemen. He had seen that the Arabs made their pilgrimage to Al-Kaaba, so he built a large church in Sana'a in order to attract the Arab pilgrims to it to the exclusion of Makkah. A man from Kinana tribe understood this move, therefore he entered the church stealthily at night and besmeared its front wall with excrement. When Abraham knew of that, he got very angry and led a great army of 60,000 warriors to demolish Al-Kaaba. He chose the biggest elephant for himself. His army included 9 or 13 elephants. He continued marching until he reached a place called Al-Magmas. There, he mobilized his army, prepared his elephants, and got ready to enter Makkah. When he reached Muhassir Valley, between Muzdalifah and Mina, the elephant knelt down and refused to go forward. Whenever they directed it northwards, southwards, or eastwards, the elephant moved quickly, but when directed westwards towards Al-Kaaba, it knelt down. Meanwhile, Allah loosed upon them birds in flights, hurling against them stones of baked clay and made them like green blades devoured. These birds were very much like swallows and sparrows, each carrying 3 stones, 1 in its beak and 2 in its claws. The stones hit Abraha's men and cut their limbs and killed them. A large number of Abraha's soldiers were killed in this way, and the others fled at random and died everywhere. Abraham himself had an infection that had his fingertips amputated. When he reached Sana'a, he was in a miserable state and died soon after. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more upcoming stories.